So, why are we cowboys? That's a good question. So, we are already 3 months into the new year, and with the release of Hazbin Hotel Season 1 that took everyone's attention in the first 2 months, not long after, a little indie project named Gruff made its grand debut on March 1st of this year. As usual, I'm always far behind to give out my own thoughts about any project. Trust me, any project. If you don't know already, which I don't know why you are here in the first place, Gruff is a short handmade paper film created by Righteous Robot, this guy, telling the tales of 3 characters, a granddaughter, a mother, and a grandfather. And just to give a quick summary about it, Gruff starts off with the grandfather watching his beloved black and white style Western TV show, but soon gets interrupted by his granddaughter. The young girl tries her best to get his attention by any means, but eventually gives up as it seems nothing can break his focus towards his favorite show. Disappointed by this, she asks her mother later that night why doesn't her grandfather spend some time with her. Knowing what experience she also went through, she tells her daughter a little bedtime story about her own life experience and how she always wanted more applause from her own father, despite the hard efforts of being a spy and risking her own life from time to time. The mother never got the recognition she wanted, which greatly impacts her relationship with her father, and slowly loses more and more connection as time passes. However, after a sudden incident regarding the father's health, the mother realized in the moment about how love can be expressed in different ways. No matter the lack of words an individual can say, it's the feeling and action behind those messages that really counts. So after this sweet bedtime story from the mother, the granddaughter decides to use this newfound knowledge and spend some more time with her grandfather, and eventually shown again, comforting her mother after the passing of the grandfather, holding her hands just how the mother did with her own father. With one last brief scene from the Western show, which parallels the story, just conclude the short film with a bittersweet ending. So, if it's not obvious already, but this pilot was a beautiful watch, not only for the story, but also for the visuals. And with a runtime of under 10 minutes, this may shock some viewers at first, with the amount of work and effort that has been put into this project for the past 3 years. Written and directed by Julian Curry, he was able to not only bring a heartwarming message to the audience about how others can express their own love to you in ways you might find different, but also incorporate those same lessons he learned in his own lifetime with his own father. On the other hand, I can't express how much I adore their art style. With so many indie projects that have been releasing in these past few months, it's really hard to stand out from the crowd nowadays. However, the decision that Julian made with the direction of taking the project into some more physical territory was something very unique, and I haven't ever seen in a while since the good old days of stop motion. With such projects as Caroline, Isle Dogs, and Fantastic Mr. Fox, I really like his combination of using stop motion with the help of visual effects more as a afterthought, but mostly relying on practical effects, which is something I praise more in the movie industry. And if you are interested in how this man can make paper move, you should definitely check out these 2 published videos from the channel. Obviously, every scene in this project was well made, but there's this one particular scene which never really left my mind during the writing of the script. Gruff may have taken everyone's hearts in the first few minutes of the film, but it's not until this shot right here, towards the end, that really got my eyes crying. And how you don't always need an explanation on what's going on in your story, but a simple visual that can hit just as hard. The concept of show not tell. As we see the scene transition from a bonding moment with the grandfather to an empty sofa chair from once before. Even though we weren't told in any dialogue, the simple tone shift alongside the color change tells the audience everything they need to know, with another beautiful moment adding onto this, showing that after all this time, the grandfather in his view was actually giving his attention to the walls of achievement that the mother accomplished that was shown in the backstory. Wow, what a strong scene. It's really surprised me with the amount of love and support this project gained within a few months. Seeing how people can fall in love with this indie project through YouTube Shorts. With Gruff now being my favorite indie project of the year so far, showing the world that not always the biggest budget shows can be as good as they are worth. It's hard to say if this project will be leaving my mind anytime soon. So why are we still cowboys? I don't know anymore.